on, everybody? Welcome back to CM Aviation. Hope you're on a fantastic day today. And today we have the June 2025 Great Plains International Airport update for you all. I hope each and every one of you are all excited for today's video, as today we have a very exciting Great Plains update in store for you all. As you can tell, we have some massive expansions and this airport's just bustling. We have so much to get into today. I know all of you are busy. We're not going to waste any further time and just go ahead and get started, and we'll just get going here. So starting right there with this Dover C5. This is currently landing in from Dover Air Force Base on training mission, looking very good right there. Got Delta 737-800 coming in from Traverse City, and now heading out to Kansas City, really pushing out that big summer push here. Got this American 737-800 heading out to Atlanta after coming in from Houston. Got the CRJ-700 coming in from Cincinnati and now heading off to Jacksonville. Got this Learjet 75 coming in from Amarillo and now it's heading out to Tucson. Got this Southwest 737 MAX 8 coming in from Fort Lauderdale, now getting ready for San Antonio. Got this flagship Valor American A321 coming in from Raleigh and now it's going out to Boston. Got this United Airlines A319 coming in from Las Vegas and now it's heading over to Orlando. Got this United 767-400 coming in from Cancun and now it's getting ready for Boston. Got the SkyTeam Delta 764 coming in from Boston as well, heading out to Seattle. Got the Alaska MAX 8 coming in from Portland and now getting ready for San Francisco. Got an American A321neo coming in from Charlotte, now heading out to Dallas-Fort Worth. Got this Delta Team USA A330neo coming in from Nashville, and now it's getting ready for St. Louis. And that's a pretty impressive ferry flight there to St. Louis. Got this United 757-200 coming in from Denver, and now it's heading over to Nashville. And then we got this beautiful E4B, and this aircraft's currently heading up to that base by Omaha. Got the Southwest Tennessee 1 coming in from Providence, and now it's getting ready for Indianapolis. And got the United Embraer 175 coming in from, Wichita, and now it's getting ready for Columbus. Got the Suncountry 737 coming in from Puerto Vallarta, and now it's getting ready for Minneapolis. Got the Southwest Nevada 1 coming in from Phoenix, and now it's heading over to Philadelphia. Got the Delta 757 coming in from Minneapolis, and now it's going to be heading out to Las Vegas. So certainly looking quite nice there. Let's just go ahead and get started over here with our concourse. You can see the Team USA Delta aircraft, including the A321neo and the Team USA A350, or I'm sorry, 100 years liveries, excuse me. Just had to point those out. Got Delta 321. This aircraft's heading over to Boston and came in from Minneapolis. The 321neo coming in from Portland, and now it's heading out to San Diego. Got the 737-800 coming in from Denver, and now it's going to head out to Salt Lake City. And got the A220-300 coming in from Dallas-Fort Worth, and now it's heading out to New York LaGuardia. Got the absolutely stunning pair of Delta Airlines 100-year aircraft, starting with the Airbus A350. This aircraft is currently coming in from Detroit, and now it's going to be flying out to London Heathrow today. And we got the A321neo, which is currently coming in today from, Los Angeles, and now it's going to be making a flight today over to Washington Dulles. You got Delta 757 coming in from New York JFK, and now it's going to be headed over to Austin. And you got a Delta Airlines 319, which is currently coming in from Houston George Bush, and now it's getting ready for Chicago O'Hare. Got the Delta 717 coming in from Cincinnati, now it's heading out to Tampa. And as we transition to our next stage, got our 5x zoom on the 16 Pro Max, love that. Delta A320 coming in from Fort Lauderdale, and now it's getting ready to head over to Tampa. Got this Delta A220-100 coming in from Orange County, and now it's going to be making a flight over to Fargo today. Got a non-winglet 757. This aircraft's coming in from Little Rock, and now it's going to be heading over to Cleveland. So pretty impressed 767 there. A couple of routes. Got this 757 with winglets coming in from Washington National, and now it's going to be making a flight out to Eagle County Regional. Very impressive. Got this 757 pulling into the gate with the ops truck watching it here, coming in from, Las Vegas. This aircraft's now going to be heading out to Denver. Got an Airbus A320 coming in from Roanoke, and now it's going to be heading over to Tulsa. And you got the Boeing 737 MAX 8, which is currently coming in from a new mainline service to Dayton, Ohio, and now it's going to be making the service over to Savannah, Georgia today. Got a 737-800 coming in from Tucson, and now it's going to be making a flight over to Boise. And you got the Embraer 175, which is coming in from Oklahoma City, and now it's going to be making a flight over to Fort Myers today. Heading on over, we got that United A321neo. This aircraft's coming in from San Francisco, and now it's going to be heading over to Portland. Stars and Bars Airbus A320 coming in from Milwaukee, and now it's going to be making a service down to Birmingham, Alabama. Very nice. You got this United 737-700, which is making the service in from Memphis, and now it's going to be heading on over to Midland, Texas. And you got a Boeing 757-300 coming in from Austin, and now it's going to be heading on to Denver. Got a Boeing 787-9. This aircraft is currently coming in on, so you're going to see with the new concourse some of the new international situations. But anyway, this aircraft is coming in from Los Angeles, and now he's going to be heading over to London. So you're only going to see a select few international routes, like this Boeing 767-400 heading over to Paris Charles de Gaulle coming from over here. You'll see the other internationals at the other concourse and what the situation is in here in a little bit. You got our Boeing 737s, got a 900ER, which is coming in from Syracuse, and now it's going to be making a flight to Phoenix, and a Boeing 737 MAX 8 coming in from, let's see, sorry, we were rapid fire there. Just need to take a few moments there. Coming in from, let's see, El Paso, and now it's going to be making a flight today out to Sacramento. And you got a nice lineup of regional jets, starting with the Commuter 145 coming in from Shreveport. Now it's going to be taking it on over to Springfield, Missouri. Got a 550 coming in from Omaha, and now it's going to be making a flight today over to, let's see, what was the city I was thinking of? Sorry about that, everybody. Colorado Springs. Got a CRJ 700 coming in from Grand Rapids, and now it's going to be heading over to Newark. And you got the CRJ-200 coming in from, let's see, Myrtle Beach, and now it's going to be flying on to, let's see, what's that city? Les Lafayette. And then we got the Frontier A321neo coming in from Denver on turnaround right there. So very nice start over here with this push. This is looking quite nice. So with that being said, we need to keep executing on our light. So let's just go ahead and take it on over here to our American Airlines section. So obviously we have our Alaskas like West Coast Wonders, which coming in from Seattle and is also going to Portland. And you got the the Disneyland livery, Star Wars. And this aircraft's heading out to Orlando and came in from Los Angeles. Got the Piedmont A321. This aircraft's coming in from Charlotte, and now it's going to be heading over to Boston. An A321neo, which is coming in from San Diego, and now it's heading out to Los Angeles. Pushing back, we got a 737-800 for Dallas. This aircraft came in from Spokane. And you got an Airbus A321, which is currently coming in from Indianapolis, and now it's going to be heading on to Orlando. Got the Reno Air 737-800 coming in from Orlando as well. However, it's now going to be making the flight today over to New York John Kennedy. Got the One World 737, which is coming in. I didn't even mean to do all those specials in a row. It's pretty cool. One World 737-800 coming in from Omaha, and now it's going to be making a flight today out to Sioux Falls, South Dakota. You got an Airbus A321 Allegheny. This aircraft's coming in from Minneapolis, and now it's going to be heading out to Austin Bertram. An A320, which is going over to Tucson today and came in from Pittsburgh. Boeing 737-800, this aircraft's currently heading out to Fort Lauderdale and came in from Denver. We got an A320, which is heading out to Raleigh-Durham and came in from Toronto. Here's the PSA A321 coming in from Miami, and now it's heading out to Philadelphia. And the Boeing 737 MAX 8 coming in from Washington National is heading out to Los Angeles. You got a CRJ 900 there at the end, which is coming in from Traverse City, and now it's heading out to Birmingham, Alabama. And let me transition the camera around here a little bit to this Airbus A319 with Sharklets, which is coming in from Oklahoma City, and now it's going to be making a flight today over to Cleveland. Here's this 737-800 coming in from Tulsa, and now it's going to be making a flight today over to Amarillo. And we have an Airbus A320, which is currently coming in today from, let's see, West Palm Beach, and now it's going to be heading out to Minneapolis. Embraer 175 coming in from Eagle County, and now it's going to be making a service today over to St. George, Utah. Here is an Airbus A320, which is currently coming in from Ontario, and now it's going to be making a service today over to Fort Myers. And Boeing 737-800 coming in from Tampa, and now it's going to be taking it over to Chicago O'Hare. And then we have our Boeing 777-200ER. This aircraft is currently coming in from Helsinki and is going to be heading back out there on a turnaround, which is a pretty unique service there. This One World Boeing 777-200ER is coming in from Dallas-Fort Worth, and now it's going to be making a flight today out to Buenos Aires, which is another very cool route. Docked up here, we have our Boeing 777-300ER. This is coming in from Hong Kong, and of course, heading out to London Heathrow. Next, we have our Boeing 787-9 by AV400. This aircraft is making a flight today, heading all the way to Anchorage, and came in earlier today from Tokyo Narita. Here's our Boeing 777-200ER. This aircraft is currently making a flight today in from, let's see here. What was the service I was thinking of? Sorry about that, everybody. There's so many routes here, obviously. The Seoul, South Korea, and now it's going to be heading over to Madrid. And we have our Boeing 787-9, and this aircraft is going to be making a flight today over to, Cape Town, which is a really cool route. And keep in mind that these American international routes, most of them I'm keeping as unique as possible, because obviously we have so much international overlap right here at the One World gates that I obviously don't want to overlap too much, like Sydney's and Doha's and so forth. So here's the international gates. We do have our new glass jet bridges. They finally arrived, and I think that they turned out really well over here. It's just ironic that I had 5 of them, so it worked out perfectly to put them here. Hawaiian Airlines, obviously, with the Alaska situation, is now over here, so love their move. They moved literally across the entire airport. They went from, this is like a train layout almost, they moved from all the way over there to all the way at the far corner, so I think that's pretty cool. That was certainly a transition for their ground service equipment. But anyway, this Boeing 787-9 is, of course, coming in from Honolulu and is now going to be heading back out there. We have our Royal Jordanian Boeing 787-8 heading out to Amman, Jordan. Next, we have our beautiful Qatar Airways Airbus A350-1000. This aircraft is taking it on, there's our light, to Doha, of course, and is going to be heading back out there. We have our Qantas Boeing 787-9 coming in from Sydney and is looking to head out to Melbourne next. And we have our British Airways Airbus A380, and this aircraft is coming in from London Heathrow, of course. Got a United Embraer 175 coming in from Rochester, and now it's going to be heading over to Miami. Got an F-22, which is currently coming in from, why not a Dice Air Force Base? That's a cool one. A United Boeing 737 MAX 9 coming in from Philadelphia and now it's heading on to San Diego. Delta Boeing 737-800 coming in from Cincinnati and now it's going to be flying on to Orlando. Got our Malaysia Airlines Airbus A330-200. You will see 2 Malaysias in this update. This is the one that is currently making a flight today coming in from Denver. Whoa. That was unacceptable. Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Yikes, that's what happens when you have like 300 planes in an airport update. And you get the Japan Boeing 787-9, of course, heading out to Tokyo and Narita. That sounds a little bit more like it. American Airlines Boeing 787-8. This aircraft's going to be jetting off with service over to the most random city I can think of right now is... That's a really good question, what the most random city I can think of is. But I'm going to come up with one right now, and it's going to be Melbourne, Australia. That'll work. And then we got an American A321, and this aircraft is currently heading on to Milwaukee and came in earlier today from San Jose, California. We have a Challenger 300. This aircraft's taxiing out with service to Stillwater, Oklahoma today and came in from San Diego's Montgomery Field. And then we have an Alaska Boeing 737 MAX 8. And why do I feel like we covered this one? I guess we had an Alaska MAX 9 over there. That was the MAX 9. This is the MAX 8. And this one's doing a turn to Seattle. United Embraer 170 for Republic, heading over to Indianapolis today, and this aircraft came in from Newark as well. Newark's a shuttle service, by the way, and with the congestion and so forth, just put some regionals on it for a little bit of teasing. Got the American Embraer 175. This aircraft's coming in from New Orleans, and now it's going to be making a flight to Nashville. And got an American A321. This aircraft's going to be heading to Newark and came in earlier today from the likes of Minneapolis, St. Paul, so looking nice. And let me know how the 5X stabilization's going. I know my hand's probably a little shaky, so I'm trying to get that ironed out. Got the Phenom 300, which is currently coming in from San Francisco. This aircraft's now going to be heading on to Fort Lauderdale. And now we have this American Embraer 175 in this aircraft. And I think we should get some sun back at some point, everybody. We'll see what happens. But anyway, this aircraft's currently making a flight today from Jacksonville, and now it's going to be heading over to Mexico City, which is a pretty unique one for that small of an aircraft. So we really have pretty free land here. Let's go ahead and continue with the Americans, and then we'll head over to the Southwest section. So starting with this JetBlue A220, this is coming in from Boston, and now it's going to be making the flight to New York John F. Kennedy. You got a Dice C-130. This is also coming in from Dice Air Force Base, so quite fitting. Got an American CRJ 700. This is making a flight in from Tucson, and now it's going to be heading out to Oakland. Pretty long flights there. Got a Volaris A320 Neo. This aircraft's coming in from Guadalajara, and now it's going to be heading out to Mexico City's new airport. Got an American Boeing 777-200ER. This aircraft's making a flight today heading to Rome after coming in from Dallas-Fort Worth. And you got Griswold Bear on the Frontier 320 Neo, which is coming in, of course, from Denver, and now it's going to be heading over to Cincinnati. Got a Piper Cherokee. This is in the middle of this action. It really shouldn't be. And you got the two 737 Sun Countries coming in from Seattle, and now it's heading over to Miami. And you got the Aeromexico 737-800, which is coming in from Mexico City on turnaround. And you got an ops truck kind of watching over the situation right now. Got a Qatar Airbus A350-1000, or sorry, 900. This is the other Doha flight on the One World livery. And then we got the DHL Boeing 737-800, which is making a flight today coming in from Cincinnati, and now it's heading back out there. Got a Delta Embraer 175. This is coming in from Long Beach, so looking pretty cool. That's a very long flight. And apologies about this American A321neo that still needs to be fixed. but this one's heading out to Boston and came in earlier today from the likes of Seattle. And you got the Republic Embraer 175. This is coming in from Raleigh, and now it's going to be making a flight today over to Houston, George Bush. Alrighty, let's go ahead and start with these American aircraft. So we have, starting first with the Go Dogs 175. This is in from San Jose, and now it's going to be heading out to Spokane, Washington. Got our American Embraer 175, and we got some clouds here. Let me go ahead and evaluate the situation real quick, and I'll be back. Alrighty, everybody, so the lighting is coming back, so let's continue. So this 175 is currently coming in from the cities that I mentioned, and we got this American Eagle Embraer 175 coming in from Louisville and now going out to Austin. It's American A321 coming in from Phoenix and now heading out to Austin. You got the America West A321 coming in from Las Vegas and now it's heading over to Tampa. And you got the 737-800, which is coming in from Dallas Fort Worth and now is going to be making a flight today over to Lexington, and then the 737-800 coming in from Louisville, and now it's going to be heading out to Houston. So looking very good. And this MAX 8 is coming in from Raleigh-Durham, and now it's going to be making a flight today out to Portland, Maine. And you got this A321neo, which is currently coming in today from Philadelphia, and now it's going to be making a flight today over to Nashville. And you got the 737-800, which is currently coming in from Toronto, and now it's going to be heading out to Calgary. You got one AirCal 738 coming in from San Jose del Cabo, and now it's heading out to Mexico City. And the Embraer 175 is coming in from Chihuahua, and now it's heading out to Corpus Christi. Here's this Embraer 175, which is currently coming in from El Paso, and now it's going to be heading over to Manhattan, Kansas. And you got the One World 737 pushing back with service to Boston, and came in earlier from Tucson. And you got the 737-800 coming in from, Omaha, and now it's going to be heading over to Columbus. And you got this E319 coming in from, another city up there, not Traverse City, not Grand Rapids. I thought there was one more. We'll say Detroit, and now it's going to be heading out to Montreal. It's A319 currently making a service in today from Salt Lake City, and now it's going to be heading out to Vancouver. You got 737-800, which is currently coming in from Bozeman, and now it's going to be heading on to Palm Springs. You got an Airbus 319 coming in from Las Vegas, and now it's going to be heading out to Tulsa. You got 737-800 coming in from Dallas, and now it's going to be heading out to Charlotte. Then A321 Stamped Cancer coming in from Miami, and now it's going to be going to Philadelphia. 737 MAX coming in from Los Angeles on turnaround. Airbus A319 coming in from Baltimore on turn. US Airways A321 coming in from, Phoenix, and now it's heading out to Dallas Fort Worth. Air Wisconsin CRJ 200 coming in from Traverse City, and now it's going to be heading out to Huntsville, Alabama. So looking good for all these aircraft over here. And we're almost to the end of the cloud, which is actually good timing because we need to check out our first news section here of the airport. So ladies and gentlemen, this is DFW's Concourse E, and I plopped it onto the back here. I thought it looked pretty nice with the jet bridges and so forth. So definitely really happy to enhance this lineup. So let's just go ahead and get started. Starting right here with the American CRJ-700. Sorry about the shaky camera there for a moment. This aircraft's coming in from Billings, and now it's going to be heading out to Pueblo, Colorado. And you get this CRJ-700 coming in from the Grand Junction, Colorado, and now it's going out to Tucson. And you got this one. These are all PSAs and SkyWests, by the way. They're coming in from Lake Charles, and now it's going to be going out to San Angelo. We got this one right here, which is currently making a flight in from Brownsville, and now it's going to be heading over to Mobile. And you got this SkyWest one right here coming in from Tallahassee, and now it's going to be heading out to Knoxville. You got this Embraer 145 coming in from Quad Cities, and now it's going to be heading over to North Platte. And we got this 145, which is currently coming in from Louisville, and now it's going to be making a flight out to Wilmington, North Carolina. And you got this Contour Embraer 145 over here with these guys, and this aircraft's coming in from Beckley, West Virginia. Here's this CR-900 coming in from Charleston, and now it's going to be heading out to Greenville. You get this Embraer 175 going out to Columbia, South Carolina, and came in from, let's see here, I like the sounds of Abilene, Texas. You get this Embraer 145 coming in from Buffalo, and now it's making a flight today over to, Springfield, Illinois, and get this Embraer 145, which is currently coming in today from Jackson, Mississippi, and now it's going to be heading over to Reno. Sneeze. There we go. Reno, Nevada. And you got this CRJ-700 coming in right now from, let's see here, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and now it's going to be heading over to Lake Charles. You get this CRJ. Apologies about that gate right there, but we'll just say it's coming out of that 200, which heading out to Green Bay and came in earlier from Appleton, Wisconsin. And you get this Embraer 170, which is making the flight today over to Burlington, Vermont, and came in earlier from Binghamton, New York. So looking quite nice. All right, we got those couple taxiing over there. We got the Alaska 175. Forgot about all these Alaskas. But anyway, this one's heading up to Medford, Oregon, and came in earlier from, let's see, Boise, Idaho. Got the CRJ-900 coming in from Grand Forks, and now it's going to be heading out to Duluth. And you got an Air Canada 737 MAX 8, which is currently coming in from Toronto, and now it's heading back up there. And I'll get the taxiways and so forth ironed out. Just still getting used to the setup here. All right, you got an Air Canada 767-800 freighter coming in from Vancouver on turnaround. With the Envoy Retro 170, which is coming in from, let's see, what was the city I was thinking of? I was thinking of McAllen on turnaround. Got the CRJ-900, which is coming in from Pittsburgh, and now it's going over to, let's see, what was that city that I was thinking of? There's always a city, Evansville, Indiana. The UPS 767, or sorry, A300. Coming in from Albuquerque, and now it's going out to Ontario. You got the United 767, which is currently coming in from, let's see, Denver, and now it's going to Houston George Bush. And a FedEx 757, which is coming in from Indianapolis, and now it's heading to Las Vegas. You got the Cessna 208, love that for FedEx, which is currently making a quick flight over to Topeka today, came in from St. Louis. FedEx 767 freighter coming in from, let's see here, Chicago O'Hare, and now it's heading over to Las Vegas. You got the MD-11, which is currently, I said Las Vegas twice, Los Angeles. MD-11 is now coming in from Newark, and now it's going to go to Atlanta. UPS MD-11 currently coming in from, what's the city that I'm thinking of? Louisville, and now it's going to be heading on to Los Angeles. And this beautiful Boeing 737-8 Interactive is currently making its flight in from Anchorage, and now it's going to be heading back out to Louisville. And we have the Atlas, obviously, bare metal 747-8, which is currently making a flight today, coming in from, let's see here, excuse me, Anchorage as well, and now it's going to be going on to Cincinnati. Got the Atlas Boeing 747, which is coming in from Los Angeles, and now it's going to be making service. I'll just turn on the lights until the cloud gets past there, just to make it a little bit more appealing for you all. And now it's going to be heading over to, let's see, New York JFK. We got Antonov 124, which is currently loading up right here as we speak, and it's going to be heading back over its way to London first before it continues all the way over. And we got a new fuel tanks there as well, so we'll be able to get that installed. Eastern Boeing 777, this engine situation continues to linger. Admittingly, I just need to move it. AmeriJet Boeing 757, this aircraft's heading out to Miami, Ameristar rather. Prime Boeing 737 freighter, this heading out to Cincinnati and came in from, what was that airport? San Bernardino. And then we have the Everett's Air Cargo MD-80, which is going to be slowly but surely making its way back to Alaska. Yeah, it might be just a moment on the sun. So with that extra time, what we're going to do is we are going to take this on over to the other side of the airport, as we have several planes over here to cover. So we're going to go ahead and get started here on the southwest section. So here's expansion number 2 of the update. As you can see right here, we have expanded back over here to this side once again. I re-optimized the table setup a little bit so we can maximize the space, and I think this is a really good use of resources. And you can see Frontier has moved down here as a result. I'm still getting foils and gates and all that ironed out back here, but this is definitely a good start. So with that being said, we have quite a bit going on over here in the back. So let's go ahead and start in the back, and then we'll proceed to the front. So starting right here, we have a beautiful lineup of GA aircraft. We got G5, which is making the flight today, heading on to, let's see, Appleton, Wisconsin, came in from Boston. Got NetJets Challenger 600 looking sharp, glad to have that in here. Coming in from, let's see, State College, Pennsylvania, and now it's going to be heading on to Memphis. And you got the helicopter, which is currently sitting idle at this moment, and now it's going to be just doing some aerial photography around here is what I've heard. Got the King Air 350 heading out to Marquette, Michigan, and came in earlier from Bismarck, North Dakota. Got PC-12, which needs to get back on its weight there, but coming in from Little Rock, and now I've heard it's going out to Hastings, Nebraska, and we got a PC-12 right here. Coming in from, Fort Smith, Arkansas, and now it's going to be going over to Tallahassee, Florida. Got Cessna 208 taxiing out. It's going to be a local flight along with this Piper Cherokee. They're going out together. Got the JSX Embraer 145, which is currently making a flight today to Santa Fe, New Mexico, which is crazy. Came in from Dowsville Field. FedEx A300 currently making a flight today. These are Albuquerque planes. I'll take full responsibility. These really shouldn't be here, so we will come back to that. Orange County planes. Avelo Boeing 737-800 coming in from New Haven, now heading out to Orlando. Spirit Airbus A320 coming in from Orlando, and now it's going to Los Angeles. Spirit A320 coming in from Pensacola, love that new route, and now it's going to be heading over to Las Vegas. Allegiant A320 coming in from Kansas City, and now it's going to be making a flight today over to Houston Hobby. You got this Boeing 737 MAX 8, which is coming in from, let's see, Orlando Sanford, now it's going to Key West. We also got another Spirit A319 right there, taxiing out for Boise, Idaho, and came in earlier from San Diego. And you got Delta Embraer 175 coming in from Des Moines, and now it's making a flight today over to, let's see, what was the city that I wanted there? I wanted Albuquerque, New Mexico. And then we have the American 737 MAX 8 heading over to Albany, New York, and came in from Raleigh, North Carolina. Breeze Airbus E220 heading on to Vero Beach and came in earlier today from Los Angeles. JetBlue A220, or sorry, this is the A321 new liveries. We have both of them here actually. So the mint color is coming in from, let's see, Sacramento, and now it's going to Fort Lauderdale, and the red here is coming in from, let's see, Seattle, and now it's going on to Tampa. It's looking quite nice. You got a WestJet 737. This is taxiing back around to its gate, and this came in from, let's see, Abbotsford, and now is going to be making a flight over to Ontario. And then we have Ottawa, excuse me, not Ontario. And we have our Southwest Desert MAX 8 coming in from Pittsburgh, and we'll be heading over to Portland next. A nice head on here. Earlier, Jet 75 coming in from Rapid City, and now it's going to be making it on over to Great Falls. And the Spirit Airbus E321 is coming in today from, let's see, Tucson, and now it's going to be, actually Tucson's unrealistic, Houston George Bush, and heading on to Newark today. Southwest 737 MAX 8 to begin this push coming in from Tulsa, now it's going to be heading over to Omaha. 737-700 coming in from Las Vegas, now it's going out to Amarillo. Freedom 1 737-800 coming in from Reno, and now it's going out to Orlando. 737-700 coming in from Burbank, now it's going out to Indianapolis. 737-700 coming in from Port Vallarta, and now it's going to St. Louis. 737-700 coming in from Baltimore, Maryland 1, now it's going on to San Jose, California. 737-700 with Scimitar's coming in from Los Angeles, and now it's going over to Palm Springs. Florida 1 737-700 coming in from Myrtle Beach, and now it's going on to Phoenix. And 737-700 Louisiana 1 coming in from Oklahoma City, and now it's going on to Cancun. And then we have our Missouri 1 737-700 coming in from Baltimore, now it's going to San Juan. 737 MAX 8 coming in from Boston, now it's going to Seattle. 737-800 coming in from Dallas, Field, now it's heading out to Houston Hobby. 737-700 coming in from St. Louis, and now it's going on to Tucson. 737 MAX 8 coming in from, 800 Illinois 1 coming in from Chicago Midway, and now it's going to Grand Rapids. 737 MAX 8 coming in from LaGuardia, now it's going out to Boston. 737-800 coming in from, oh man, rapid fire, coming in from Atlanta, now it's going to Milwaukee. 737-800 coming in from New Orleans, and now it's going to Nashville. Amuma 1 MAX 8 is going to Los Angeles and came in from Long Beach. Triple Crown 1 is coming in from Fort Myers, and now it's going to Jacksonville. We got a 700 coming in from Palm Springs, now going to San Jose. Got an 800 coming in from, let's see, Minneapolis, and now it's going out to Detroit. And you got this MAX 8, which is coming in from Islip, and now it's going on to Portland, Maine. And then for Frontier, we have our A320neo Sunday Colored Lizard coming in from Phoenix, now going out to Minneapolis, St. Paul. Pike the Otter is coming in from Cincinnati, and now it's going out to Denver. Ed, Eddie, and Edwin the Penguins are coming in from St. Louis, and now they're going out to Los Angeles. And you got Baja the Whale Shark coming in from Tampa, and it's going to be making a service today over to San Jose. And you got the Wilbur the Whitetail, which is coming in right now from Portland, and now it's going to be making a flight to Chicago O'Hare. You got an American A321. This aircraft's coming in from New York John F. Kennedy, and now it's going to be making a flight today over to Atlanta. Got the KC-135 from McConnell coming in from, let's see, McConnell Air Force Base on a local flight, and you got a United CRJ-550 right here, which is currently coming in from Traverse City, and now it's going to be heading on to Louisville. Alrighty everybody, as you can see, the light is back, so let's just go ahead and proceed over here as we have some very good resources to work with over here, just getting some nice views. So let's go ahead and take a look at the third and final new portion of the airport, since obviously the light's good, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is the brand new Concourse E, Terminal E, whatever you'd like to call it. So excited to debut this, can't believe I got it for $250, the new Gemini facility. So as you can tell out here, the light's awesome and it looks really cool. So this is the Starline's big portion I was hinting at. I know I said previously it was going to be over there, but it ended up working out better to come over here, and it spaces out better and so forth. So Obviously, we have 23 gates here, and this will be all Star Alliance. So obviously, United will have mainly international and some domestic flights over here. We got Copa, Aviation, Air Canada, and then obviously every Star Alliance international carrier. I couldn't believe how many I had when I set it up. I have quite a bit of real estate to work with, so you'll be seeing quite a bit of expansion in that regard. So that said, let's go ahead and get started. Got the new Star Alliance United Boeing 767-300ER looking very sharp. This aircraft's going to be making a service today, heading on over to Buenos Aires, and all the international flights that are not pre-cleared are going to come over here for United, so they'll use anywhere from 2 to 4 at a time. So that'll be really cool. Getting United Boeing 757-200. This aircraft's currently coming in from, let's see here, Mexico City, and now it's going to be heading out to Anchorage. Getting United Boeing 737-900ER. This aircraft's going to be making a service today, heading on down to Cancun, and this aircraft came in earlier from Guadalajara. And you got this Boeing 737-700. This aircraft's currently coming in today from St. Martin, and now it's going to be heading out to Las Vegas. And we have the Star Alliance 737-800. This aircraft's currently coming in from St. Louis, and now it's going to be making a flight today out to, let's see, I wanted to use, excuse me, sorry about that, everybody, just getting the view adjusted there. I wanted to go to the great city of Grand Cayman. And you got this Boeing 737 MAX 9 coming in from Boston, and now it's going to be making a flight today, heading over to, sorry, I'm going to use my international routes. I'm so not used to this. Heading on to, let's see, Calgary. You got this Airbus A318, which is coming in from Vancouver, and now it's going to be heading on over to Los Angeles. Avianca Airbus A320 Taka Retro is going to be making a flight today out to San Salvador on turnaround, and the Copa Boeing 737 MAX 9 is coming in from the great city of Panama City. Getting Air Canada, Embraer 175. This aircraft's coming in from Montreal, and now it's heading out to Ottawa. You got the Air Canada Jets A320. This aircraft's currently heading out to, Toronto on turnaround. You got the Air Canada Airbus E220 coming in from Winnipeg on turnaround. And you got the Air Canada Rouge A321, which is currently coming in today on a this is going to be heading over to, sorry about that, everybody, Montreal, and now is going to be making the flight today over to Edmonton. And you got the Air Canada Boeing 77-9. Our flight does continue on the 5th Freedom Flight to Los Angeles after coming in from Toronto, so of course we love that. Got the Emirates MBA Airbus A380 for that Star Alliance partnership with United, so that's pretty cool that we have them down here. Coming in from Dubai, of course, really cool. Love the jet bridges. They look super nice. I'll give some views at the end. Pretty darn impressive. So happy with it. Got the ANA Star Wars Boeing 77-9 coming in from Tokyo, Narita. Looking very nice right there. And then we have the beautiful Lufthansa Airbus A340 Star Alliance 300. And this aircraft, of course, is making the service coming in today from, that's going to be Frankfurt here. So looking very nice. There we go. I was just waiting for that light to come back because we absolutely love to see that. Yeah, let's get a really good shot right there. That's really cool. Need to back her up a little bit. So yeah, obviously it would be a little bit better earlier in the light, but obviously just maximizing what we have here with what we currently got. Got the Lufthansa A330-300. This aircraft's coming in from Munich today. Looking very nice on turnaround, of course. Got the beautiful, man, this is such a great view over here. Singapore Airlines Airbus E350, and this aircraft's going to be heading out to Singapore today. Also keep in mind, Blight will be good on the narrow body gates in the winter, so very excited about that. Got the Turkish Airlines Boeing 787-9. This is coming in from Istanbul today. It's looking very nice, and I can even get some cool views like this. Oh yeah, that's nice. And you got the Star Alliance Ethiopian Airlines Boeing Airbus E350, and this aircraft's coming in from Ethiopia today. Addis Ababa to be more particular. It's looking very nice, and I'll go ahead and fix up the jet bridges there. Sometimes they can be a little tricky to navigate. Trying to get it there. As you can tell, we see like they either get pronged up or they don't. So I'll just go ahead and fix it in a moment. And we got the Air New Zealand Boeing 777-300ER, which is currently making the flight out to the beautiful Auckland, New Zealand today. Very happy to get to feature that there. And you get the United Airlines Boeing 777-300ER. This aircraft is making the flight all the way out to Hong Kong today and came in earlier after a flight from Sydney. So looking very nice for this entire section right here. Alrighty, everybody. So obviously, as you can see, that side's looking really nice. So I'm going to do the best I can, but this is going to be a really tough vantage point without moving that table. So we'll just go ahead and start over here with these aircraft and proceed over. Again, American 77-8 coming in from Dallas today, and now it's going to be making a flight today out to, let's see here, Singapore. I might as well. Delta Sierra Day-900, which is coming in today from Abilene, is now going to be making a flight today out to Elko, Nevada. Iceland Air Boeing 737 MAX 8 heading out to Reykjavik, Keflavik today. You got the B-1 Lancer, which is currently doing some local flights around the area. You got an American Boeing 77-8 right there, currently idling out and moving around. You got a Southwest Boeing 737 MAX 7. I left it intentionally tipped back just to represent that the MAX 7, who knows if it'll ever get in service with the weight issues. Anyway, this is coming in from Las Vegas, and now it's going to be heading out to Houston Hobby. And you got the Iceland Air Boeing 737-200, and this is the 80th anniversary coming in from Reykjavik, Keflavik on the second daily flight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my best to give you the best views that I can down the concourse. I think that these are my best perspectives from over here. It'll get better as we get closer. So all we have over here now is the independent international carriers. It was half of those on this side, I believe, previously. But obviously now with them all moved out, now we can use all independent carriers. If there's any airline partnerships you'd like to see me move a particular airline to a different concourse for, feel free to speak up. But I believe all these, for the most part, independent. So got the Azul Pink Livery A330neo. This could actually get somewhere closer with JetBlue, but they're obviously kind of close as it is. This might be their best spot. Coming in from the one and only Brazil, Sao Paulo. Got the Edelweiss Airbus A340-300, which is going to be making a flight today out to Zurich, of course. Absolutely love the variety over here. Such a great airline variety. If you all want to see categorized different, feel free to speak up. But I think we have mainly Asia over here, some Europe too. And the GST is better from this side too, so there are some benefits. At the Radia Boeing 787-9, which is currently making the flight out to their local airport that I need to get memorized. I also leveled up the table, so the mat's going to take a little while to reflect that, but it actually is level now, so you can see them sitting flat, which is nice. And we have the jet set cargo equipment in here, which we love. Got the Etihad Airbus A350-1000 heading out to Abu Dhabi today, looking quite nice. You know, we're really starting to get better here with the Cebu Pacific Airbus A330neo coming in from Cebu, of course. You got the Air Tahiti Nui Boeing 787-9 making the flight today out to Taipei, Papeete, which I'm just surprised that they don't have more flights to the U.S. considering they're close, but it's obviously super small. Hainan Airlines Airbus A350, that catering truck went way off the map there, but anyway, this is coming in from Beijing, which is looking quite nice. And you got the Air Premia Boeing 787-9, which is currently making the flight today, coming in from Tokyo, which is looking really good. And you also got the TUI Boeing 787-9 pushing back for, I believe it's Birmingham or Manchester, one of those two, but we know the drill at this point on that. LATAM Boeing 767-300 freighter actually remains in the same spot pretty much. This is coming in from Sao Paulo, which is looking very nice. Santiago, my bad. And then you got the Condor Airbus A330neo, and this aircraft's coming in from, and they could actually go over there, closer to American with the Alaska partnership, Frankfurt. All right, and now I can turn around and get on the other side for these aircraft because the reflection's better on the other side. Yeah, there you go. You all can see that a little bit better now. And I might head over to that corner next time. It's probably what I should have did, so I apologize, but it never hurts to change it up. WestJet Saab 340, those really don't exist anymore, which is unbelievable. But anyway, this aircraft's going to be making a flight today out to Cranbrook. Very long hop. Got the WestJet 737-600, which is coming in from, let me get my international routes here, Edmonton, and now it's going to be heading over to Calgary. And the 737-800 is coming in from Saskatoon, and now it's going to be making a flight today over to Halifax. Swoop Boeing 737-800 is going to be making a turn to Toronto. And the Sunwing Boeing 737-800 actually is going to be doing a flip Freedom to San Jose del Cabo after coming in from Toronto as well. Got the Flair Boeing 737 MAX 8. This aircraft is going to be heading out to Edmonton after coming in from Toronto. And you got the Volaris Airbus E320 coming in from Guadalajara, and now it's going to be heading out to Tijuana. And a Volaris A321, which is currently coming in today from Monterey, and now it's going to be heading out to La Paz. Got two Viva Aerobuses. The A320 is currently coming in from Cabo, and now it's going to be heading out to Chihuahua as well. And then the one on the right is coming in from Guadalajara, and now it's going to be heading out to Mexico City's new airport. At the Cayman Airways Boeing 737 MAX 8, these come in. So Caribbean is Port of Spain. Cayman is coming in from, I want to say Prince George. I think that's it. It's some name like that. So I know I'm probably not completely there, so I apologize. Let's let's actually do these gates here real quick while we're here. Delta CRJ-200 coming in from Las Vegas, and now, whoa. Coming in from Baltimore, and now it's going to be making a flight today out to Wilmington, Ohio. Got the CRJ-900 coming in from Dodge City, and now it's going to be heading over to Roswell, 900, I'm sorry. And then the 700 is coming in from Birmingham, and now it's going out to Memphis, and the CRJ-200 is coming in from Mobile, and now it's going to be heading out to El Paso. And this CRJ-700 is coming in from Pittsburgh, and now it's going to be going to Raleigh-Durham. And you got some main lines back here. Got the 737-800 SkyTeam coming in from Indianapolis, and now it's going to be heading out to Jacksonville. You got the 737-900ER coming in from Pensacola, and now it's going out to Destin. The A220-100, which is coming in from Minneapolis, and now it's heading out to Rapid City. And the A220-300 coming in from San Francisco, and now it's going to be heading over to Portland. So looking pretty nice. And then I don't want to forget about our 900ER Continental Retro coming in from Houston George Bush. Now it's heading out to Newark. We finally got a mainline. I promised that I was going to get one. I didn't, but you know, I was trying to be nice. All right, so let's see here. Let's go ahead and do the back half of this taxiway, and then I'll pan us back over. Actually, I want to do that taxiway from that side. So here we have an Aer Lingus A321neo, which is coming in from Shannon, Ireland. Now it's going to be heading back out there, and then Dublin's on 330, and that's on the shelf. So even with the new gates, I still don't have enough room for all of them, which is crazy. Actually, I take that back. The Aer Lingus is out here, but I have quite a few on the shelf. I'll show you at the end. Delta 717 coming in from, let's see here, Tulsa today, and now it's going to be making a flight today over to Northwest Arkansas. Iceland Air Hekla Royal 757 also coming in from Reykjavik, Keflavik. I should not have 3 of them out here, and that's where my international should be instead. I apologize. Southwest Max 8, this aircraft's coming in from Omaha, and now it's going to be making a flight to Denver. And you got an American E318 coming in from El Paso, and now it's going to be making a flight to Nashville. And then you got this Air Canada CRJ 900, and this is actually really, yeah, that can actually be there in theory. It really needs to be over there though. This aircraft's currently coming in today from Greenville, and now it's heading up to Charleston. Some Fifth Freedom flights for fun. And the Alaska 737-800, too many Alaskas in here. There's some redundancies. I was just trying to set up planes, but when you have this large of a setup, it happens. Anyway, this aircraft's currently making a flight today, heading on in from Seattle, and now it's going to be heading over to anywhere else I haven't used. I'm just trying to think. New York JFK. Kuwait Airbus A330-800neo, and this is heading out to Kuwait, so looking very nice. ExoJet Cessna Citation X, which is making a local flight around the area. EVA Air Boeing 777-300ER, which is currently coming in from Taipei, so looking very nice. There's the Taipei I was thinking of. And then, yeah, I'll just see if I can point out a couple planes real quick that I have on stuff. I have British Airways 787 up there. Virgin Atlantic did make this update, so they're good. But yeah, I'm still, you know, it's not a crazy amount. I mean, getting those 6 gates, or really 10 gates, really made a huge difference. I think it's 8 total. So I got all the taxiway room back, plus all the gates here. So I really did do pretty good, but I mean, I'm sure I had a couple. There's another Saudia in there that I could have featured. And then Finnair's not in here. Finnair's another one that definitely should be out there if it could be. So it's not a huge list, but obviously South African Airways, that was another one. I have plenty of Lufthansas that weren't in this update, so I still have variety, obviously, to work with. But I mean, the amount of internationals I got in here is just unbelievable. I was just doing the contrast. Okay, sorry for all the distractions in this update, but that, how could you not appreciate that? That is stunning. I just had to come over here and get that real quick. All right, that said, that's enough of the dilly-dally. We got airplanes to take a look at. WestJet 737-800 taxiing out for a couple too many of the same airline here because it gets a little redundant. Calgary on turnaround. Delta Boeing 777-300 coming in from Minneapolis, now going to Atlanta. Not necessarily redundant, but tough to get new services, I should say. And I do need to make some new ones. This CRJ-900 is coming in from Green Bay, and now it's heading out to Sioux Falls. Got the E3B, which is currently making a flight today, heading over to Tinker Air Force Base. You got Southwest 737-700 coming in from Greenville, and now it's going to be heading over to Little Rock. There we go. There's the Lufthansa A340-300. This aircraft's the other flight to Frankfurt, which is quite nice. And you got the Garuda Indonesia Airbus A330, which is coming in from, obviously, Indonesia. So looking quite nice there on the 300. And then, yeah, these gates have been super helpful, too. You got a couple of new ones over here, too. KLM Boeing 777-300ER coming in from Amsterdam, of course, getting ready to push her back. And you got the Saudia Boeing 787-10 coming in from Jeddah, looking very nice as well. New airline, I love all the new airlines. You've seen several of them. Vietnam Airlines is debuting on the Boeing 787-10, heading out to Vietnam, looking quite nice. And you got the Korean Air Boeing 787-9 coming in from Seoul, looking very good. Virgin Atlantic Airbus E350-1000 coming in from, London Heathrow, looking very nice. And the Air France Boeing 787-9 coming in from Paris Charles de Gaulle. So obviously I could have a Delta over here, but there's only so much space to work with, and I thought I had more United capabilities in terms of wide body variety, so that's why. And I thought that, you know, with all my Star Alliance carriers, I don't have nearly as much SkyTeam over there, narrow body wise, so it did not make any sense. I think I have Aero Mexico, I think I have like 2 of those, so it didn't make any sense at all to do a SkyTeam full concourse like this, and I wasn't anticipating it to ever be this big, but obviously I got real lucky with the deal that I got, as you all know. So that said, that's enough. We'll talk about more at the end briefly. I need to just do a Great Plains evaluation video. I might just make that separately. Delta Airlines Airbus E220-100. This aircraft is currently making a flight today, coming in from, let's see, excuse me. This aircraft is currently coming in today from Atlanta, and now it's going to be heading over to Memphis. Aer Lingus A330-300. This is the Dublin flight that I was hinting at, so certainly glad that that's here. They add the AL1, which is quite a unique military offering here for the Air Force, and this aircraft is currently just doing some local flights around the area. Got some pretty cool views here with the sun and so forth, so might as well highlight those real quick. There we go. Fly with a Hummingbird on Frontier 320neo. This aircraft with the weird focus is going to be heading out to LaGuardia today and made a service in from Charlotte. You got the American A318, which is going to be heading over to Indianapolis today and is now going to be coming in from Houston George Bush. Got the ITA A330-200 coming in from Rome, looking very nice. And that is every aircraft at the Great Plains Model Airport. So I really hope all of you enjoyed this. I'm so happy with the progression of this airport. So once again, to talk about some of the major changes, there's quite a few new pieces of ground service equipment. We have the new 5 jet bridges right here. And then the 3 major changes includes the Concourse C DFW setup being put here on the back with the gates and the regionals and so forth. I thought that just made too much sense. Obviously, the big one, the brand new 22-gate GeminiJets terminal rotunda over here for Terminal E. So obviously you have A, which is massive, it has several satellites. B, which is also massive. C, D, and E. So actually, I think this is, I'm trying to remember. I want to say I made that D. I might be wrong, though. I need to go back and watch my original videos. I think this is C, that's D. No, C, D, E. We'll just go ahead and title it that way, and then C satellite as well. So it's certainly grown quite substantially, and some different views here before we lose the light for good today. So looking quite nice. And then obviously the third major piece was the realignment of this. If you remember, probably a year or so ago, maybe a little bit longer, I did have Southwest gates in the back, and I did cut those out to move that table that was miscellaneous to there. And I decided to pull that one off, and that table will come back because I do have 2 of the white ones. That one will come back in a couple updates, but I thought that this worked out better. It honestly actually was that these tables scooted down, and I had this blub, and it was kind of weird. So I was like, I need to scoot this up. So I ended up with this, which is literally perfect. So that works out pretty good. So I know there's some imperfections. I know that it's not 100% perfect. Do keep in mind this airport, it takes a very long time to set up. This is my first time in over a year setting it up by myself, and I think it took a really solid, probably with a few breaks, obviously, a solid 5 or 6 hours. So I hope that you all appreciate the time that I put into making this a reality. I love this airport so much, and of course, it's so worth it. So I really hope all of you enjoyed the update today. And we'll have another really exciting expansion coming up soon, so I hope all of you are excited for that. But yeah, it's definitely an ever-growing airport. This is starting to get towards the climax. I'm not sure what more I can do with the current setup. It just depends on what ends up happening in my career and so forth. I could certainly put another table down there, which I am considering that, and I might try to make that a reality if possible during the 2026 beginning updates. I'm thinking that's a possibility, but we'll see what happens. We'll continue to navigate the landscape. But nevertheless, I really hope all of you enjoyed today's Great Plains update. Thank you all so much for watching. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe. Trust the process. Do you love and love you do. My name's CM Aviation. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon as CM Aviation is signing off.